Hi guys, it's Jason Wampler, your host of Wampler Engineering and Design, Wampler Engineering and Design Union, Wampler Engineering and Design Group. Yeah, no, Wampler Engineering Union. Name of the website, I guess that's the name of the show. Wampler Engineering Union. Get used to it. Anyway, I'm getting rid of all the zip ties on this project. We're gonna finish up the box here. This is a 72 volt project, 72 volt DC project. I'm trying to make a high-speed Dremel tool. Folks, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. Wampler Engineering Union at gmail.com is my email address. I'm not giving you my phone number because if I do, crazy people are going to call me at 12:30 in the morning when they're drunk. They did that when I used to repair cars. What a miserable line of work that was. I'm really an engineer and designer, so I'm not going to work on your damn car, so don't ask me about it. Anyway, so I'm cutting up all the zip ties here, and we're going to go ahead and we are going to rewire this fella, get it plugged in, and we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a Dremel tool head. And I've done those before. They're not that big of a deal. You just kind of have to know a few basics. You kind of do have to know what you're doing. Other than that, it's not all that difficult. The 72 volt setup, however, let's take a look at these guys. These guys 1.5 amps, so it's going to be a 4.5 amp 72 volt DC feed to the well, for lack of a better word, to the tool, which we're going to make later. I cut this off. I should not have done that. What I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and open up these yellow connectors so that I do not have to cut the leads. I don't have to cut the leads, these power converters anymore that I already have. You know what? It's not giving much focus, is it? Let me try with this guy. This is funny. I will admit this, I'm an industrial design engineer, but I am a college dropout. Long story short, I stressed out and found out my school had lost its accreditation. I have 35 units at Art Institute of Orange County, but I've got to be honest with you, Art Institute of Orange County has been shut down. Another company has taken over its interest, and they're no longer in Southern California. They were given the screw job to several students. They weren't. They were talking people into signing up for programs that FAFSA would only pay half of. And we got to the point where they had to start paying. Students had to start paying their own way, and their student loans would no longer cover tuition at their school. They kind of sprung that nasty surprise on them, and the students didn't know what to do because they didn't have the money for the $1,500 a month or $1,500 per semester bill, plus the fact that you've got to get your own supplies. So they dropped out. But it seems that Art Institute simply, for lack of a better word, they were just gunning for people's money and membership, which of course is inherently unethical, but it's a large American corporation that happens to be in the business of education. I'm not entirely surprised. I was hustled into it by means of the fact that I was told, well, you're never going to do it. You're always going to hesitate. I always think about what I'm going to do before I do it. I kind of bounce around a lot. You know me from the Rocket Minute. By the way, we're going to shoot a short episode of that tonight as well. But the lady talked me into it. She was in North Hollywood, and she neglected to tell me that in addition to the Art Institute campus in North Hollywood, which now is shut down, I'm assuming, There's a campus right around the corner from my house in Santa Ana, and I could have driven 5 minutes there instead of the typical hour and 40 minutes to North Hollywood campus. She didn't bother to tell me that. If she would have lost. She would have lost the commission on the sale, and of course she didn't want to do it. She was a very unethical person. I don't know who she is, but I'm sure that she has a different job now. Hopefully she's learned from being a bad person, and she's not as unethical. She's not as unethical in her dealings with others as she was with me. But then again, I don't place a whole lot of faith in people's willingness or ability to change and evolve and become moral individuals and get past amoral, or shall we say, shady business practices. She may be still engaging in the same thing in different ways. Once again, zip ties of all types have a very, very strong spirit. They want to get out of the plastic bag just as quickly as they possibly can, no matter what size they are. They want to spill all over the place. They want to be free range like their ancestors. And I'm telling you, artificial intelligence takes place before, not after you have built the machine. The raw materials are what you got to watch out for. They have minds of their own as well. So, and here I am picking this crap up because I have nothing better to do than frustrate myself picking up fucking zip ties that cannot stay in the bag. I don't understand. They just love to fall out of the damn bag. Anyway, I'm a little grouchy right now. Got my hairs lowered. Paid the girl $20. I hope she appreciates that. She was only going to charge me $12. Of course, I look goofy with short hair. And again, I look goofy, period. Parts. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to salvage this. This is a part of the live circuit that goes the 40 amp fuse. I'm not going to have to groom these wires any shorter, thank goodness. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and have to use some more connectors to get this straight. I'm going to set that aside here, that and that aside there like that. And you know, if I ever want to reward my supply of zip ties, I'll take all the bags, I'll fling them out in the parking lot, and let them just sit there, you know, like antelope or deer or buffalo, just standing in the middle of a pasture, because that's what they really want to do. They don't want to be cooped up in a bag. It just makes me so angry to deal with this nonsense, and it seems like it just repeats itself. I'm not entirely sure I'm in charge of my life. Maybe somebody else somewhere is. They're having a pretty good time puppeteering me around. I like to think I have some brain somewhere, but then again, you never know. I'm having a hard time getting this separated. Come on, sweetheart. Come on, babies. Yeah, this sounds pretty good. I got this pretty good. Okay. I live in Los Angeles right now, but my uncle and I we're working on me moving back to Orange County, which is what I'm going to do. My goal is to move back to Orange County before the 27th. Get caught up with my storage fees, have some stuff in storage, unless of course it's been auctioned off, which I hope it hasn't. But come on, sweetheart. Boy, this is being stubborn. Okay, here we go. Come on, sweetie. There. Okay, so I got that. Okay, this is just garbage. I'm going to go ahead and take care of getting rid of that. I just want to open this up. I want to open up this connector and kind of get this off and see if I can somehow, some way get this unbridled from these wires. Well, I tell you what, it's not going so easy into that good night. Come on, people. Anyway, so how are you guys doing? Tell me all about yourself and your life. Just kidding. So, boy, you know the old saying, there's always one. There's always just that last one that just does not want to come off. Just when you need it to do its job properly, it doesn't do it. When you don't need it to do its job, when you need it to fail, it. God, I can hear the buzzing of the. Come on, folks. Oh, God dang, guys. Dancing. Yes, I'm asking. Dancing. There. The reason I'm doing this, folks, like I said, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Make fun of me if you want. The point of this project, I'm going to be putting this motor in this tube. I'm going to be buying a $10 Dremel / flimshing tool from Harbor Freight. I'm gutting the thing. This is a torquey little motor out of a vacuum cleaner, and this motor just absolutely screams. It's it looks like a 3-turn double, but it's really got a lot of magnetism to it. I just have to get this gear off and put the arbor head on this motor. I'm mounting it in here with the wiring. Maybe we're going to put a cooling fan back here with a couple of inlet hoses to draw air over this motor, and with I'll put a taper fitting on the end, and this of course is going to be hooked by wire. These guys right here to this unit here. These are 3 24-volt power adapters. They adapt AC power to DC power. Of course, they've got stereo plug set up, so I'll show you how to do that. It's not fun, but I wish there's a split wire, but they're not. They're only $5 a piece, brand new. I've already mutilated them. I've got an high voltage capacitor, 2100 volts AC capacitor. This may not work. It's out of a microwave. So we're just kind of have to see how that goes. But this project is supposed to be a high-speed Dremel tool. It was supposed to be a tack welder, but guys, these guys just don't generate enough amperage to weld anything. They can tickle your testicles, and that's probably just about it. Hey, there you go. Okay, so I got the plastic off. Now I can see what I can do about getting the metal off. Oh, look at this. Look at how I've got this wrapped up. So romantic. My word, people. Look at this. Like I said, I cut these leads on these transformers so short. What I'd really like to do, I glued these plugs in. I glue everything in place. I shouldn't be doing that, but I tried to get a used Dremel tool today, made by Dremel themselves, and it was heavily used with a very diminutive cranking arbor on it. The guy wanted $40 for it. He's got a whole shop full of used tools. It's really neat. Roberto's Tools on Figueroa and 83rd in Los Angeles. But he wanted $40 for it. And I just didn't have the budget for it at the time. So maybe when I do, I'll go back and I'll buy it. I thought $40 is a little on the steep side, but considering the fact that it was an actual name brand, a Dremel, I'm thinking that maybe it was right in the ballpark on the asking price. Either way, like I said, I didn't have the money for it. I kind of had to walk away from the deal. I got to make my money last. But when I get the funds, I'm going to go back there I'll see if it's still available and I'll snatch it up. One thing I like about used tools is that if I want to get rid of them and get some cash for them, I can't take them back, get my money back. You buy used tools, you're stuck with them pretty much, and it's a good thing for people who overcommit their money and don't realize that they're overspending, and now they're stuck with it. It teaches them a good lesson to budget their cash in advance before they start buying stuff that they need to hawk later on. You know, those folks in the return department at Harbor Freight, they're getting used to me returning everything I purchased, and they put up with it. But you know, it's just kind of embarrassing. You know, a fool and his money are soon partying and that sort of thing. Okay, so now, well, this is being stubborn. Oh my goodness. Okay, so folks, I'm just gonna. Come on, people, please. Gosh, man, just give me a break. You know I'm gonna pay for this. There we go. Just dang it, people, just please give me a break. And it still won't separate after that. I'm telling you, you know, there's always one. There's just always one that just holds on to just the dearest bitter end. I just cannot stand this. Oh my God. Folks, people, please. Okay, so now, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Just come loose. Wow. Well, anyway, we're going to be making a stick welder next. We'll be making tools one after the other, and then I'll go ahead and tell you where you can take a look at them, where you can buy them. So I'll be listing them either on eBay or Mercari or OfferUp. You know, one of the seller app websites, and you can reverse engineer them, you know, sell them, you know, patent them, make $1 million. I don't care. I'm a designer and manufacturer. I'm a designer and engineer by my very nature. And that's what I'm all about. But I'm also a teacher and instructor, an online instructor. I enjoy that as well. I'm not out for the big buck, but eventually I want to live comfortably enough to where I can pay off my debts, including my student loans that I've defaulted on. I don't believe in loan forgiveness. If you borrow money, you kind of really do need to pay it back. So, anyway, this material right here I got from Paragon Plastics. It's a textured ABS. The box itself is interesting. It used to be one of those savvy plastic box picture frames, and I gutted that. I sanded it down. I glued the black top onto the face of the box. The only thing is it got these textured swirls. So I'm going to do what I can about covering that up as well. Let me go ahead and just pull on all this copper wool. Get this straightened out. Yeah, I wasn't looking forward to doing this. I don't like doing and undoing my work, but you know, all the same, sometimes you have to. With engineering projects, some things take you by surprise. Some stuff just throws itself together. You know, you've only put a couple of prototypes together, and the third prototype you put together, the darn thing just flings itself together, and it works perfect for the rest of its service life. And it's a great product, and it's a hit. Other stuff, you can't even build one prototype, and you encounter so many problems. You're scratching your head wondering if the darn thing is a stillborn, and if some evil spirits going around just trying to keep it from being sometimes you have to abandon a project because of God's honest truth. It just feels like sometimes like that's the truth. That's just the way things are. That sometimes it feels like something that you're trying to design and build just does not want to be built. I'm serious. And anybody else out there who is a designer, an engineer who builds tools, or if you're an industrial designer, and you're also an industrial design engineer, that's the latest terminology. At least that's what I understand. You may not be a college dropout like me, and I am looking to continue my education. I don't want a bachelor's. I want a master's or a PhD. I'd actually kind of like might get my MBA too, because I got started on that as well, and then of course I got cold feet because it was getting really complicated. University of Phoenix, I don't know if they've gone the way of the dodo bird as well, but they were starting to give me my education. They were starting to get into some serious topics, and I got cold feet because it looked like it was fairly complicated. I have a hard time finishing what I start. I'm 53 years old. I'm finally getting better at that, but it's good to just air our differences and our grievances. I want to tell the watching audience, the watchers of my show, who I am. I don't want to hide who I am, and find out through back channels that Jason dropped out of college, and that takes you by surprise. And you guys come back and say, well, why did you tell us that? And I can say refer to episode number 2, where I said I did. And in fact, I said that on numerous occasions on the Rocket Minute. Okay, so we've got these things wound up. I have a love-hate relationship with these finish pliers, but I tell you what, I'm just going to cut the tips off. This is some of this stuff. I'm going to limit the time of the video to about an hour today, but I'm, of course, going to be working on this for a lot longer than that. I want to get this thing finished. I want to actually be able to start this silly thing up tonight. I mean, whatever it takes. Just another thing, I was able to purchase a miniaturized compressor, but I bastardized cannibalized and bastardized the compressor. I put parts on one compressor into another, and the darn thing seized up. It would have worked brilliantly otherwise. So I'm going to do that again. You get a miniaturized air compressor, then you can also convert it to a vacuum. You work in small, tight spaces, on electronics, and get stuff done. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. So we got this guy right here. This is a power cord. This is all the energy coming in, and so we're going to go ahead and strip the heads off of this. This guy right here. This cord I had to pay $10 at Home Depot for. I'm not resentful. The problem is I used to have a whole bunch of power cords. And I was thinking to myself, I don't have to pay for power cords till the end of Timbuktu, or this particular wicked system things we live in. They're I don't know, they're all floating on mushroom clouds or whatever. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't talk about religion and spirituality. It's just rambling on. But I don't want to familiarize myself too much, but I believe in philosophy of living, or just live, let live. Kind of keep your business to yourself, that sort of thing. Don't ask, don't tell. I love everybody, and everybody loves me. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna go over here. That's supposed to be an 8-foot cord. $10, Home Depot. I don't want to be in violation of copyright because YouTube is going to come after me if I do. So I will keep my mouth shut. Okay, so this is power in. And I saved. Save that for it. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, look at that. I'll be gosh darned. We have many more. We have many more connectors. At least I have more connectors than I thought I had, which is really nice because there you go. Okay, I have one of these. So on the cord, on power coming in, on AC power, you have three wires. There's a black, there's a green, and there's a white. Black is what you've got to watch out for. Black is live, and if you get yourself shocked, you're gonna know it. White is neutral. If you touch white but you don't touch black, and you touch ground, you might get a little bit of shock, depending on how old the wiring and the structure is that you're in. However, be careful because if you touch the white and ground, you might get a shock. If you touch the white and black, you're going to get the ride of your life. I don't know how it looks to be executed by something with more than 80 volts. 80 volts is all it takes to really kill a person. 80 volts and 50 amps is what causes your heart to stop. So you got to be really careful. So I'm not foolhardy. I just make really sure before I go into a situation, that things are safe. So you don't touch stuff that may be live. Even inverters, if they run off your car's battery, that 750 watt pure sine wave inverter behind me on the wall, I got that for $9. I'm always bragging about that, but what's not to brag about is the fact that I've been shocked a couple of times. My uncle in New York, he's not really bragging on it, but he's telling everybody stories about how he'd have to fix pulls, and this one time he got knocked on his butt so badly that he was out like a light for like 20 minutes. And I thought that was funny. Everybody gets a good laugh out of it when he tells it. But the reason I'm saying this, and I'm just kind of babbling on, is if you do not respect and understand the power of electricity, you're in for a walloping surprise. Do not take the amount of power that goes through the lines and to your and to the heater coil or the outlet in your house, until you understand how powerful it is to get something somewhere like that, with an electrical distribution grid. It generates awe and wonderment and appreciation for modern technology. But again, I think that women tend to be more sensible than men when avoiding danger, but of course that can be viewed as being too cautious and cowardly. But they aren't something in fact when it's important that the sanctity of human life be to be guarded and protected. And the women are very good at that. They're very nurturing and caring individuals, but you've got to have a respect for sanctity of life. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling on here again. Let's see how connected that is. Okay. So with all the powers and all the grounds, you want to make sure that everything is tight. Yank on the connector. If you kind of hear or feel it clicking, then maybe it's time to tighten up again, or maybe just leave it. Okay, so we got the ground. So let's connect the ground. Let's twist this guy over like that. You can tell. That's the thing. buzzing sound is driving me nuts. One thing I don't like about these connectors, the metal section is so small and short. They don't really work very well. But if I tell them, if I tell my customers that, they go, "Hey, well, yeah." But I'm limited in my good jobs by quality of parts I can get. Okay, so one down, two to go. Let's pull that out. Anyway, okay, so basically the concept is I'm joining the ground wires from 1, 2, 3, these different power units to the ground wires coming into the inlet. See, this is where I have to plug these three units into the wall at the same time. Now I'm going to do this where it doesn't pose a fire threat. And I'm going to go ahead and experiment on my own car, this beautiful blue beast behind me, and I'll let you know the results. This is I don't want anybody getting hurt because of my physical experimentation. I just could not at all have something like that on my mind. So I don't want liabilities. I don't want guilty feelings, etc., etc. Anyway, okay, so here we go. We're going to manifold all three neutral wires. Neutral as in you know what? I don't know what neutral means. I know white is neutral, black is live, yellow is ground. Yellow can also mean, well, you know what? I don't know. But four-phase wiring is black is ground, or four-phase wiring is black, red, green, and brown, and I have no idea whether that all really matter. Okay, so this is actually wrapping very well, and I have plenty of these connectors, and this is actually going very, very, very well. I'm surprised. Maybe this tool forgives me. I don't know. Okay, so now the only regret I have, hey folks, if you think you need to groom something short, do yourself a favor and make sure that the tire and rim are fully off the vehicle. And then, oh boy, what am I doing? I'm giving bad advice. Anyway. Okay, so I don't even know what I was going to say. I'm going crazy. Now is the part where I fall asleep on camera and start daydreaming. Yep, that's me. Falling asleep and daydreaming. About women, of course. I didn't have to say that. Okay, so this gal is going to remain Dorleen. So somebody put it in my mouth. Anyway. How about that? Crazy stuff. You have to sleep. See? I can do this in my sleep. Alright, so we roll it on. Make sure that all three black wires are inside the 22 shroud, or the connector's shroud. You can manage it. It's not that big a deal. That's why we're having a show about it. Hey. There you go. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so we are making it through this conundrum, but the greatest challenge lies ahead of us yet, and that is shucks, I should leave this thing plugged in too. Okay, where that black bear carcass go? Sometimes dementia causes this. Sometimes it's extreme exhaustion. Okay, so we're connecting the dots here. Make sure that's pushed in, it doesn't pull out, and grip it really tight. Oh, I forgot to groom the tip of this. These finish pliers, the other name brand, they'll set you back about $40. I get a pair for $40 from Harbor Freight, and the only thing they don't do is they don't make their workmanship look crafty and artistic now. But these guys do. I appreciate you having it. Yeah, shout out. Anyway, okay, so here we go. This guy goes in here, like so. And you know what? Oh, God. No room for lattice. God damn, this is ever end. Oh, they might involve Johnson there. I'm just tired. This gets earlier. Oh shit. Well, shucks. Inline 40 amp fuse I've installed. They're very hard to find, by the way. Not anybody has them. Pretty much anyone I've gone to. Smaller part. Well, no. Oh my God! Now I'm making this crap up. Never mind. I'll be quiet. I'm making up science fiction. Kids. Okay, so we're all hooked up here and here. Now, before we zip tie anything, let's get a final version of this ready to go. I am okay, so here we go. We're going to strip these guys one at a time. This is stereo cables. I'll show you how this works. It's not your average bear. It was roughly... I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so that was a clean break. Stereo cable means that it comes in a round, not ovoid shape profile. From the it's it has positive and negative, but the wiring, it's stranded stereo wiring, but it's so harmful to other people's. Well, I don't know. See, let's strand that. No. Okay, so here's the trick. I'm acting really goofy, and I'm thinking that you guys have seen enough. I don't want to start going off on political dissertations or start describing the next work I want to, meal I want to cook. I don't really think it's a good idea to teach you now. Talking about things like that. Okay, so here. Okay. Thanks for the weird noises, lady. Okay, so now stereo wire is this wire shrouds wraps around the inner cable, and the inner cable just is just heat treated and melts on the iron. Now I'm saying crazy things. You know what? It's not even getting dark, and I'm nuts. Hold on. Okay. Now we want these collectively joined. I'm not sure if we've got these parallel on series. See, that shows you how much I know. Okay, guys, I'm starting to go off and say gibberish. Instead of making myself look and sound stupid, I already look and sound stupid enough. We're going to call it this. You can tell this is an engaged process. We're losing the sun, so I'm losing my light. But here's what I want to say. We're going to try and shoot. I keep saying this too. God, we're going to try and shoot an episode once a day, and not at the door because. Shoot. See, I'm doing it again. You know what? My imagination's power and my grip on reality. No, this is it. We're going to do this once a day, half an hour a day. That's what we did the Rocket Minute. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to shoot the Rocket Minute. If I'm this loopy with the Rocket Minute, I'm going to start describing in detail my plans to build now an intergalactic space travel spaceship. So I don't want to do either one of those. So it's just me, myself, and Irene. Folks, this has been the first episode of Wampler Engineering and Design Group. Episode 1. I'm not sure what else to call it that, but thank you very much for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Bye-bye.